Captain's log, stardate 71193.9. We are pushing the ship's slipstream drive as much as we dare in response to the distress call from USS Cassandra. The distress signal interrupted a massive data stream coming from our sister ship. We have 9 minutes before we must exit slipstream and go into maximum warp.
Captain?
Ensign Azurian, 4 days ago you sent a general scan request to Starfleet, and specifically to both USS Cassandra and USS Merlin. You included a specific protocol, and you included it in our own sensor programming.
Yes, Captain.
What specifically were you looking for?
A Class M planet with a gravity between 1.137 and 1.391 standard. Atmospheric pressure between 73.2 and 75.003, and oceanic cobalt content of no less than 39.5 picomole per kilogram.
Why?
May I ask why you are asking?
Yes, but answer my questions first.
Based on the autopsy of the alien who assassinated Captain Scovon, this would make up a profile of the world where her species must have evolved, their homeworld. I knew from the Federation database no such planet was recorded.
Your description, in fact, would match Vulcan as well as half a dozen worlds that come to mind.
Except for the oceans. That is a content unique to worlds whose natives develop high cobalt in their blood, resulting in skin color like that of an Andorian and Bolian.
Part of the data stream from Cassandra confirmed their scans having identified a world identical to the one you described. They were approaching that planet's system when we lost all contact.
Excuse me?
You saw Scovan's murderer?
I saw the autopsy report. She looked Vulcan, but her anatomy was like nothing on record. Plus, her skin's color had been altered. The blood chemistry said her natural tone was blue.
Captain, we've reached our slipstream limit and as per your orders gone to maximum warp. Cassandra is still several days away and it'll be another 48 hours until we can go to slipstream once more.
Tell Sirij to push systems and reset the dedicated core reset as soon as physically possible. Likewise, we need to reach our absolute maximum speed.
Mais oui. Jovan out.
Ensign, give all the information you have to Ensign Vanel. You will also have access to all the files of the system Cassandra scanned. This exceeds the bounds of coincidence on many levels, and for the sake of every life on this ship, we need to know as much as possible. You and Vanel are on point precisely because you were there as what seems to be the beginning.
Captain, Investigator Lovek informed me that other members of this unknown race have been seen, going back 6 or 7 years, but always outside the Federation. They weren't doing anything special, so they were just flagged by observers as an unknown species.
Logic suggests they might have entered the Federation in disguise.
At least one certainly did.
Personal log. Well, that proved to be terrifying on many levels, but it seems to have worked. Just enough shortcuts taken to leave us all very worried and, of course, exhausted. After resetting the dedicated core as fast as possible, poor thing may be feeling very cranky. Probably needs to slow down a lot for the next reset. 43 hours, though, instead of 48. I think we violated about a dozen safety protocols in the process. Scary and exhilarating. Still, we'll get to the USS Cassandra that much sooner.
For the record, you already woke me up.
Sorry. So sorry. End log.
Reaching end of slipstream limit in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Captain?
Past slipstream limit.
Captain?
Field instability growing. 2%. 9%. 26%.
Captain, an uncontrolled exit.
Exit slipstream.
Exiting slipstream I.
Go to maximum warp.
Maximum warp engaged. Distance to Cassandra's last reported position, 62 minutes.
Commencing long-range scans.
Running a diagnostic on ship's integrity field.
Good idea. Mr. Stiles, what is our speed?
Warp 9.75.
Go to warp 9.8.
Warp 9.8 I.
Captain, as I was saying, an uncontrolled exit from slipstream would have a 91% chance of ripping the ship apart like tissue paper. There's a 53% chance we would simply burn into ash.
Ensign Vanel, reporting is ordered.
You've been examining the data I sent you and that of Ensign Azorian?
I have, and I've consulted the other resource of which you are aware.
Mr. Jovan and Sarij, you will need to hear this. We are less than 50 minutes from reaching the Cassandra's last known position, approaching the system they described. I want to hear your opinions.
Permission to speak freely.
Granted.
The unknown aliens who assassinated Captain Scovan would appear to call the system ahead of us home. Their actions so far would suggest some kind of intelligence gathering on the fringes of the Federation, coupled with targeted violence within our borders. The disease which claimed so many lives on my own world might easily be their work. Certainly the timing seems suspiciously coincidental, so soon after we became aware of them as anything other than one more alien race. Whatever has happened to USS Cassandra, however, almost certainly has something to do with them. As noted, this would appear to be their home. And there is another layer of mystery I believe connected.
Proceed.
A gap exists in my grandfather's service record, centered in the year 2370. A similar gap can be found in the service records of other Starfleet personnel, many of whom died in the Dominion War, but a few remain. Combined, they would have made up the complement of an ambassador-class ship. I have found records of such a vessel which vanished from official records that same year, the USS Chronicle. Her captain, Lee Duchesne of Tarsus 4, committed suicide that year as well. From what records I could find, it would seem the Chronicle's mission was one of exploration on the edge of the gulf between the Orion and the Perseus arms.
Here, in other words.
As I believe you already know, Captain, your service record is one of those redacted.
Tread gently.
Tell us your theory, Ensign.
I believe the Chronicle made first contact with this unknown alien race, and it went spectacularly wrong. So wrong Starfleet chose to cover up the details, but in the intervening years the details were lost somehow. Possibly they were destroyed during the Dominion War.
Why then haven't I mentioned any of this before now?
The same reason no one else has. You were under orders. Such is my speculation.
More to the point, Ensign, what do these blue Vulcans you describe want? Or what do you believe they want?
Their actions suggest some kind of revenge.
Captain, long-range sensors show a debris field where the Cassandra should be. The energy signature is similar to an antimatter containment breach.
Escape pods?
Already scanning. None detected. Wait. I'm detecting a shuttle, a runabout. Adrift, life signs but weak.
Distance?
Approximately 2 parsecs from the debris field in our general direction.
All stop.
All stop I.
Mr. Jovan, use only passive sensors on the system Cassandra was approaching, no active scans. If there are some kind of defenses in place, I do not wish to set them off.
Confirmed.
Mr. Stiles, I want you to take Ensign Draper, Nurse Tamir, and Dr. Nath aboard the Malta. Rescue whoever is aboard and hopefully bring the ship back. Download everything you can. We need up-to-date information, as much as we can find.
I'll start now.
Got to say, I don't see any evidence of weapons fire. In fact, this whole area is like a desert. Dozens of parsecs between individual stars.
Ensign Vanel, I hereby appoint you the ship's new Chief of Security with a field promotion to Lieutenant Junior grade. Your first task, make sure whatever happened to Cassandra does not threaten Witch of Endor.
Thank you.
Captain,
Mr. Jovan?
I don't think there's anything in the system ahead that offers a threat. At least no one. There are 0 life signs anywhere. Maybe 9 planets, 3 of them might have been Class M at one time. At least there are plenty of structures on the surface of each one. Whole cities is my guess. And what looks like the remains of derelict spacecraft and space stations scattered throughout.
How many?
Thousands. And everything showing tiny levels of lambda radiation. Man, this exposure must have been decades ago.
That would kill anything. Everything.
The entire system would have been seared clean.
No survivors from something like that. None.